You're watching The Sports Spin, presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time.
Welcome to The Sports Spin, your weekly dose of sports action, presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. I'm John Nurden. I watch the games, I call the games, and I spin the games. Let's get into the Week Rewind. Welcome to the Week Rewind. Let's start off with some basketball scores from around the basin, Uinta. So Uinta's had a rough start this year. They played Hurricane, lost 37-61. They played Green Canyon, 51-82. That was a tough one. And then Snow Canyon, they just had trouble getting off the bench and scoring, 24-49. So good luck to the Utes coming up. They've learned a lot in the preseason. I'm sure they'll have some better success as things go forward. Union now, moving on to Union. So Union versus Delta, they had a nice win, 63-62. It was a tight one, and they came out on top. And then they played Providence Hall, and they won that one. Another tight one, 65-64. So as they went this week, they just barely eked them out, and they're having a good season. You know, they got the leading scorer in 3A on their team, doing really well this year. So, okay, moving on to Duchesne. Duchesne versus Waterford. A nice win against Waterford, 57-48. In the past, Waterford's been a pretty strong basketball school, so that's a good victory there. And then that was it for them. Tabiona, let's move on to Tabiona. They played Dugway, and they won 62-35. And then they played Green River, and they won 56-39. So those are the scores from around the basin. And good job. Overall, a lot of wins there. So well done, Basin, in the boys basketball. Let's take a look at this year's girls basketball now real quick. So Uinta, last year they had a 7-15 record. And this year they've started out pretty good. They got a 3-4 record. Had, again, another coaching change this year. So good for them. Brett Brooks was able to catch up with Coach Putnam at Uinta's Media Night. Let's have a look at what he had to say about that.
All right, I'm Brett Brook, live here at Uinta High School tonight on Media Night. We've got the girls varsity basketball team with. We got Coach Putnam here. We got Coach Christopherson. Did I say that right? I nailed it. I got it. These girls are super excited for this season. So, Coach, how long have you and Coach Christopherson been together now?
We've been coaching for several years, probably, I don't know, seventh year, 8th year we've been doing this. So it's been a while we've been coaching together.
So needless to say, you guys get along. You do bicker a little bit, but you do get along.
Yeah, we do.
So who do we got here standing to my right?
Sidra, she's one of our seniors.
Sid, your smile for us. Give a shout out to anybody.
Hi, Mom. I'm her mom.
Oh, okay, I get it now. So tell us a little about your daughter then.
Sidra's one of our, well, we actually have 4 seniors. We have 3 with us right here. We have 4 exchange student. He's also a senior. He's kind of new to this. But Sidra's been playing the 1, the 2. She's been playing basketball for a lot of years. So.
It's nice to have Mom be able to train you at home, huh?
Yeah, she says that now. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes she's just like, oh, leave me alone.
So, Coach Christopherson, who do we have to my left here? Who's this young lady?
That's Caitlin Christopherson.
Oh my heck, what am I, full of all daughters here on this team? I love it. So now tell me, is it hard? I coach my kids too, all right, and I get a lot of pushback sometimes now. So how is it with Mom coaching?
I like it for the most part.
And we'll wrap it up right there. We don't want it. We're going to be quoting these girls later on. So I'm going to slide over here now. I've got number 24. You can stay in here. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your name?
Katie Calder.
And what position do you play?
Post.
She plays the post. So she says, Coach, feed me. I'm down there. We like it. You're a senior?
No, I'm a junior.
Junior. We've got a tall one here now for a junior. I like that. So who's this young lady right here next to us?
This is Carly Lewis.
Now, can you tell us your name, Carly?
I'm Carly Lewis.
So, Carly, you're built like a point guard. What do you play?
Point guard.
I like it. And all of these girls have their makeup on. I asked them if they wear their makeup during the game, and they said, of course. So that's good to know. I did not know that. But we're really looking forward to your girls' season coming up here. We're going to be rooting for you, hopefully covering some games for you guys. So thanks for having you guys. Have a good night.
Brett sure does a great job with that, and appreciate him going to the Uinta Media event that they had this year. You know, it's kind of nice for all the schools should do that. That's a great way to get to know the teams. All right, so we're moving on from Uinta to Union. Last year, the girls went 12-11. And this year they've started out really well with 6-3 record. So look for them to do big things in 3A this year. Duchesne. So Duchesne last year they had a 12-12, 500 record. This year they're a little better than that again. They're 4-2. So keep it up, Duchesne ladies. And then Altamont. Last year they were 9-11. So not a bad season last year. This year they're struggling a little bit. They're 0-6 to start the season. So tough preseason for them, but I'm sure they've learned a lot. Look for good things coming out of them the rest of the year. Tabiona, last year, 16-7. So a great record last year. Nice team. This year, 4-3. Looking pretty good. So that's a look at this year's girls basketball teams in the Basin. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new Director of Nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
It's not about the miles you take when you're driving, but the milestones you see when you get to where you're going. When you graduate high school, buy your first car, get married, start a family, find your first home, and grow old together. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know, people who care.
Welcome back to the Sports Spin, presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Now it's time for the L&L Monster Replays. So I wasn't here last week, and I see we got a new winner. Brett took the reins last week, and I see that Shope won. Let's take a look at that with 43% of the votes. So it was a tight one, it looks like. And just like that was a tight move. And, you know, he just puts his effort. You see his arm go out there, and that is just brutal to watch. But this is what really makes him a winner. He just comes back with fire in his eyes and just wanted to win. And, you know, good for him. Well done. He deserved to win there again. So good job. So now one of my favorite people and players is Tori Ross with Triple Trouble. So this comes from last year. Tori Ross getting a couple threes going up. She just does a great job. Littlest one on the floor, and they just chuck her the ball, and she chucks it up and knocks it down time and time again. So Tori Ross, really fun to watch. Fun person to call her plays. There's the third one. So again, that's Triple Trouble from Tori Ross. So Union, get out and vote on that one. And then this one is, we call this one Among Giants. Cassidy Callahan for Uinta. So well done, Cassidy. We appreciate that. Go to VTV 6 on Facebook and follow the Sports Spin. On Twitter to vote for your favorite Monster L&L Monster Replays. Hacked that one up, didn't I? Thanks for watching the Sports Spin, presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time. We'll see you next week.